Anxiety can be caused by a couple things. All right. Anxiety, obviously, people know what anxiety is. It's pretty self-explanatory. That uneasiness, that those feelings that come in, the butterfly, little tingly spider sensations that come in, and it can be subtle, right? Or it can be really extreme where it gets to a panic attack level. And a lot of times, things that can drive that can be over adrenaline or increased adrenaline. It can be caused by increasing cortisol. And then things that can create increase in adrenaline and increase in cortisol are going to be things that stimulate the sympathetic fight or flight nervous system. So any stressor that could have an effect on that, we really want to look at addressing. So blood sugar is a big thing. People skipping meals tends to drive a lot of anxiety issues. People not eating a balanced meal with enough fat and protein can create issues because you have lack of blood sugar stability. When blood sugar goes up and down, you get surges of insulin and you get surges of adrenaline and cortisol on the dropping end. And all that can create mood issues and adrenaline issues. And then also just looking at the cortisol rhythm. A lot of people, they may really drop out in the latter half of the day with their cortisol, which may create more stress on the body to get the blood sugar up, and which can create issues there too. So that's just kind of my little opening there.
Yeah, I had a client a few weeks ago. He's relatively new, so he's not a super large amount of fat eater yet. He's still kind of stuck on carbohydrates, and he was having panic attacks. I said, well, what'd you eat for breakfast? And he said, oh, it was pretty good breakfast. What does that mean? It was a banana and gluten-free cereal. And I'm like, good Lord, that's sugar and carbohydrate. And so for us, we really want people, if you're doing like an intermittent fasting protocol and you're pushing your breakfast back, fine if you can handle it. But if you've got adrenal stress, you've got anxiety problems, intermittent fasting might not be a good fit for you. You may need to make your breakfast a bit sooner. You may need to do within 30 minutes of waking up.
When you're stressed, you're actually burning up more nutrition, right? You're going through more B vitamins, you're going through more amino acids, you're going through more minerals, magnesium, those kind of things. But then when you're stressed, what also happens is you tend to crave more sugary sweet foods. So you see this kind of vicious cycle that happens. Stress issues, more cortisol, more B vitamins, more magnesium, but also more cravings for the bad stuff, right? Alcohol, refined sugar, but then all those foods, they don't contain all of the nutrients that you're burning up at a higher level. So you see that little kind of vicious cycle you get into.
Oh yeah.
More stress, more nutrient issues, but then you crave the foods that actually contain none of what you need. And actually to take those foods in, you actually create more deficiencies, because when you run those things through your glycolysis and through your Krebs cycle, it actually takes nutrients to metabolize those things. That's why alcoholics are so notorious for having B vitamin deficiencies, because of the fact it takes B vitamins to process the sugar of alcohol. So you can actually create more deficiencies by eating things that have zero nutrition in it, but you create even more than that because you don't get it in, but then also you have to process that sugar with other nutrition that's not there, right?
Yeah, your gas tank's already gone empty. You're trying to push the gas pedal even more. You made a great point about this, because many people, when they talk about stress, they say, I'm not stressed. I don't feel stressed. It's like, well, you don't necessarily have to feel the stress, and you might not feel the stress. This could be all your nervous system. This is your gut. This is your pancreas you're talking about with the insulin surges. This is the liver stress, where you've got clogged up detox pathways. You're not actually replenishing your vitamin C, which every time we look at an organics, I know I see 9 out of every 10 people on the organics, their vitamin C is completely bottomed out.
Totally.
And for me, I think it's just the afterburners.